I had to wait for that end, that final one. Hi, Duke. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Sabrina. We just heard something really interesting. It's called End of Year Blues by a Montreal punk artist. And we're going to talk about that because he would probably describe himself as punk. But if you listen to this album, it's actually much more than that. Maybe punk in attitude, but musically it's quite diverse. The name of the album is called 15 because he's actually 15 when he recorded it and released it. It's my honor and privilege to welcome to New Music Tuesdays right about now to talk about his music and his upcoming projects, Mr. Declan EC. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Welcome, Declan. It's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. Well, I've met Duke before, but nice to meet you.
Yeah, in person.
Yeah.
All of 16, I'd like to poke fun at you and say, you're nervous, first interview, but it's not. You've actually become somewhat of a veteran to this since you released the record. You actually did a live launch on Concordia Radio where not only were you interviewed, but you did a live performance on radio like they used to back in the old days.
Yeah, that's true. It was CJLO, which is, Concordia Radio. And it was the album launch for 15, my debut. And me and a couple friends of mine, we sort of turned into like a band of little teenagers, and we all went on there. And
what do you mean when you say you just turned into? What does that mean exactly?
I had played a talent show with them at school last year.
Okay.
When I was in grade 9, and it just turns out that there were two kids that played instruments that I knew like directly, and I was like, hey, want to play a song with me for the talent show? And so I kind of recruited them into my band, and I had a close friend who played piano, and I brought him into the band, and we just sort of like, I don't know, it was very spontaneous.
So what you mean this was just supposed to be like a one-off for the talent show, but like a band was formed.
Exactly. It was also like many months later, I was like, who do I know who can like back me up for a real show? I'm like, oh, these two kids that are like the grade below me, and I could bring them in. It was funny.
So you're like the elder statesman, if you will.
Yeah, elder's a strong word.
You're grade 9, you know.
Yeah. Would you describe your music as punk? I think the first time that we met, that's kind of how you described it, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right about there being a punk attitude to me, at least. Well, my album, I'm kind of like soft spoken with my singing. I was very timid about it, at least. Like, I'm not necessarily yelling as hard on my album, but there is like a punk vibe. There's an energy to it. I feel like it's more sort of like pub rock, but like in the 2000s or something. I don't know. It's like teenage reinvention of like an old classic style.
So it's fair to say like it's not part of an established genre. It's just you. You do what you do.
Yeah, kind of. I'm sure you could associate a genre to it, but I feel like to me it's just the music I'm making. There's no real label on it.
Do you know Beck, or are you too young for that?
Beck? Yeah, I love Beck.
I have big Beck influence on this entire record.
Definitely. I mean, a lot of definitely.
Okay, so see, I don't sound stupid now. Like, I was like, all right, yeah. So he knows what Beck is.
Declan, your debut album, it's called 15.
15.
What do you want the world to know about what it's like to be 15? Although you're 16 now, so maybe you can look back and reflect.
Yeah, I'm so much wiser now. No, Looking back on being 15, it was really about, honestly, the album doesn't really talk about being 15 aside from this one song called Halfway to 30, which you guys played.
Yeah, we played it a couple of Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah. That song is about sort of like being 15 years old, and obviously like there's so much of my life ahead of me. But I feel like I've already accomplished everything, and like there's nothing left to discover. Yeah, exactly. Nothing. It's a little
55
pretentious.
and I haven't accomplished half of anything.
But you know what I mean, though, right? Where it's like I felt like I was at a point in life where there were no new discoveries, and I felt like I had done everything that I wanted to do. I've already started playing guitar. I've started writing songs. Everything is kind of on its way. But despite that, I'm only halfway to 30, right? Those are what the lyrics are about. It's pretty deep, I know. but no, yeah. The rest of the album isn't necessarily talking about the life as a teenager. Yeah. I have End of Year Blues, which is kind of...
What's that about?
It's about angst and teenage angst.
Teenage angst.
Yeah.
Do you have teenage angst?
Yes.
Well, he wrote a song about it, so...
Well, no, but he could be saying, not me. I'm talking about my friends. Yeah. But no, you
no, it's all me. It's definitely all me. I write from a perspective of myself as well. Like all the characters in my lyrics are all me. Not that I have any characters, but like if I were to, they would be me. I don't know.
It's very Freudian.
Yeah, very.
Well, so in other words, like your narratives on all these tracks, they're from life experiences. You're not writing from something detached or something you saw on television or about a friend. It's all about your experiences.
Yeah, mostly at least. It's very it's very based in it is very grounded, the lyrics. Like they're not like mystical or anything, or like about like a far off world. They're very, yeah, exactly. I try to like describe them as like relatable almost, you know. To a 15-year-old, I guess it'd be hard for no offense, you guys to understand, but
us guys
throwing shade.
I can't see anything. There's too much shade in the room. It's not dark.
Sorry.
No, I think we know what you mean. I think we know. Do we know what he means?
Everyone was a teenager at some point, so it's
I was a long time ago.
Declan, I want to talk a little bit about the household you grew up in, and you're a multi-instrumentalist.
I am, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the instruments you play and how you picked all these up, because, I mean, for people listening, they might be familiar with your dad, who is...
Paul Carniello, yeah.
Paul Carniello, Montreal artist Paul Carniello. And so what was it like growing up in the Carniello household and picking up different instruments? And tell us what you play.
Yeah, it was very... It was natural to be surrounded by music all the time. And so like there's always instruments in the house. Like we have a piano in the house. We have like 2 or 3 acoustic guitars. And my dad's always playing stuff in the house. At least before, now we have a studio. We have like Upper China Studios, which we actually built ourselves. But before that, he would just be like recording songs in the house. And I remember being a kid, I was on a kid's album of his called Something Different, and I like sang on it and stuff, and all these like silly like kid songs. And it was very nostalgic.
Silly? You sure you want to say that? You want to have supper tonight, right?
Sorry, wacky or goofy might feel a little better. Quirky.
You want to eat tonight, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, but so I was already always sort of a part of this appreciating music. There's always music playing in the house of many genres. We have a wall of CDs. We have a wall of books just about music and like just crazy stuff like that. I'm surrounded by instruments and surrounded by noises. And my dad was even writing stuff like in front of me, and I was participating in the songwriting to an extent. So it's just like when I started playing guitar myself, sort of more recently when I started high school, I guess, it came very naturally to start writing already. Because I was just already, and to be drawing from so many influences.
You were part of the process already. So,
exactly, because I'd already like participated in songwriting, and I'd already been surrounded by so much music in my life that it came so easily to start writing from many different influences. Yeah.
Is there an undue pressure being the son of a well-established musician, producer, arranger, and performer in the city?
You're listing all of the things. No, yeah. A little bit. I feel like there is kind of, I can't dress like him. Like I can't wear a hat and sunglasses, even though I like hats and sunglasses.
Because people are going
to be like, oh, you're just copying your dad. You're just like, but it's like, I have to build my music separately from his.
And
like,
your identity.
And my identity, exactly. I need to be different, but obviously he produces me, he practically manages me. Like we work very closely together, but it definitely, I am trying to sort of differentiate myself from him stylistically, at least.
What's interesting is I know through my experiences with my son, and I've seen it with a lot of young people, sons and daughters enjoy throwing the ball with dad. They enjoy, throwing the football, tossing the baseball. They don't necessarily want to be coached. They just want to toss the ball and have fun. The minute that you start becoming a coach, dad, just throw the ball. It's not fun. I have my own coach. Is there a dynamic like that? Like, do you enjoy playing music with dad, or do you actually enjoy work? Because I assumed he produced the record as well,
He did,
right?
yeah.
Do you enjoy that work process?
Sometimes it can be a little finicky. I agree with you. It is kind of like just throw the ball sort of attitude, where it's like, I remember even learning guitar. He was trying to teach me guitar when I was like 10 years old, and I was like, what is this? Like, this is terrible. It hurts my fingers and I hate it. And so I would never play guitar until like many years later. I had to teach myself, and I would never let him teach me anything. We would jam together sometimes, but I would always be like, I am learning my own way.
So he obviously respects that now. So that's why you have a good working relationship.
Yeah, obviously. But also in the studio, sometimes we do need to sort of, separate like ourselves from the work we're doing. Like we need to be very work minded to be in the studio together. Like we can't
focused on a specific goal and task.
We have to be focused on the song that we're recording to be
it can
working
be sort
efficiently
of like a
together.
Father-son type relationship.
Exactly.
It really
Otherwise, it gets too into
artist.
like a parent-child dynamic, and it gets kind of annoying for him to be like, and see, when I add the reverb onto the vocal, I'm like, man, just add it. Like, I get it.
And then does it come up at dinner time, or once you're out of the studio?
He eats out now.
No, yeah, I get kicked out of the dinner table.
Tell us about the track we're going to hear called Déjà Vu.
Déjà Vu. Yeah, it's my hit. It's kind of my single, even though it wasn't released as a single. I made a music video for it, which was filmed by a friend of mine. And yeah, it's my big song. It had a hit power when we recorded it and it was finished and we played it next to all the other songs. I was like, these are all great, but like this one has a vibe to it that's just like so much more intense.
Is it like being played on college radio or whatnot, or do you
I believe it did play
hit?
on CJLO. I had a couple songs that played on CJLO, the Concordia radio,
right?
And it's played at I've played it at school. I've played it at school talent shows and stuff. I don't know. It's not a big deal.
It's your signature tune so far.
It is, yeah, exactly. It's my signature song. It's always the last song of the set for the few shows that I've played. It's always, it's my song, you know?
Okay, the name of the album is called 15. It was done when you were 15, so it's an apt title.
Yeah.
We're going to hear a track called Déjà Vu. Our guest for New Music Tuesdays this Tuesday, of course, is Declan EC. Enjoy.
That is Montreal's own Declan EC. That one is called Déjà Vu. Off his new debut album, it is called 15, which he recorded when he was 15. Now he's 16. And it's so great, Declan, to have you here in the month of July, because or else we'd have to pull you out of school to be here because you're still in high school. So it's pretty incredible.
Well, you know, when this was originally planned, we were planning to book this, it was during when the school year was still on, and I had spoken to your father/manager, and he said, well, I'm sure we could arrange something. I said, no, let's move it to July. It's going to work out
summer,
better.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're very busy, so you are actually booking some dates and in the process of putting together some live shows across town. You're going to give us more information as it unfolds?
Yeah. Well, less so much live shows. I've done a couple shows. I played on the radio show, and I played Pooza Fest and Fringe Fest. Those are my two like real live performances in front of like a paid gig in front of an audience.
And all of these shows have also all been filmed, and they're coming out on YouTube, I think, in a week or so. Yeah,
they're professionally filmed by professionals, and they're going to be coming out within the next couple days. I'm not sure exactly when, but probably. What day are we?
It's Tuesday.
That's
probably come out around.
That's why it's called
New Music Tuesdays. Of course, it's probably going to be a Friday, about maybe Thursday.
New Music Fridays, and you're working on a new album.
I am, yeah.
It's called 16, right?
Maybe. I think I might actually be 17 by the time that it comes out.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to. I've started writing. I have a couple complete songs. Well, I have one complete song with like everything recorded, but everything else is sort of demos that are sort of being built up.
Nice.
I haven't recorded vocals on most of them.
So you're in pre-production right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm hoping to release them during the school year. I might even wait until like 2026, because that way
You're
I
not
can
going to get to skip school, though. I hope like you know that, right? Like,
never get the chance. But no, just so that I can maximize my sort of time in the spotlight with people my age. Like I can be like, new album out now, you know, and I can be like showing people, hey, look at this. I can be selling people CDs, because my last run of CDs for the first album, I made 200. They're all sold out.
Very nice.
So this next one, I'm hoping to like. I think I know 200 people, so
Did you buy a new bike?
I could. I don't know. Maybe I've tried to buy a guitar, but didn't have enough.
It's coming.
Yeah.
The name of the album is called
with the next album.
The next one.
Yeah.
The name of the album is called 15. He was 15. He's 16 now. Montreal's own Declan EC. All jokes aside, this is an incredible body of work that you've done. I really enjoyed this album. It's a lot of fun. Music's really cool. I like the whole punk attitude about it.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to have you back for your sophomore set.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be great. Yeah,
we'd love to have you back. And, multi-instrumentalist, artist, singer-songwriter, guitarist, plays drums, bass, keyboards as well. And from what I hear, hustler, entrepreneur, pushing out and selling his own albums and to his friends.
Yeah, trying my best.
Absolutely. Well, you're welcome back anytime, Declan EC. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This is great.